Before you spend another dime, stop right there, because what looks like an ordinary old coin could actually be one of the greatest hidden treasures still waiting to be discovered in America today. Every single year, collectors search tirelessly for a handful of Mercury dimes that most people overlook, toss into coin jars, or unknowingly spend without a second thought. But what if one of those forgotten coins is sitting in your drawer, your wallet, an old family collection, or even inside a dusty piggy bank right now? Today's countdown is unlike anything you've seen before. We're revealing 6 incredible Mercury dimes that have captured the attention of serious collectors across the country. Some of these coins look completely ordinary at first glance, yet tiny details, subtle differences, years of history, and remarkable rarity have turned them into legendary collector favorites. The closer you look, the more unbelievable the story becomes. Here's the most important part. Don't skip a single second of this video. As we move through today's countdown, the coins become more fascinating, more desirable, and more valuable to collectors. The first coin alone has a story that surprises almost everyone, and by the time you reach our final coin, you'll understand why experienced collectors never ignore old Mercury dimes. If you love discovering hidden treasures, forgotten American history, and coins that continue to amaze collectors year after year, you're in exactly the right place. Make sure you stay until the very end, because the last coin could completely change the way you look at every Mercury dime you find from now on. Coin number 1. When most people come across a 1,925 Mercury dime, they usually see nothing more than an old 10-cent coin that has spent decades passing from one hand to another. Its worn appearance, natural brown toning, and circulated condition often make it look ordinary. Many people would never imagine that a coin with this much history could become one of the most talked about pieces among dedicated Mercury dime collectors. But experienced collectors know something very different. Every old coin tells a story, and the 1,925 Mercury dime tells one that stretches back more than 100 years. Think about everything this little silver coin has survived. It circulated during a completely different America. It witnessed changing generations, economic hardships, historic events, and countless everyday purchases before finally finding its way into collections across the country. Every mark and every bit of wear reflects a lifetime of real American history. The Mercury dime series, officially known as the Winged Liberty head dime, remains one of the most admired designs in United States coinage. Designed by renowned sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the obverse features Liberty wearing a winged cap, a symbol representing freedom of thought rather than the Roman god Mercury, although collectors have affectionately called it the Mercury dime for generations. On the reverse, a fasces wrapped with an olive branch symbolizes both national strength and peace, creating one of the most beautiful coin designs ever produced by the United States Mint. The 1,925 Mercury dime, without a mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. It was produced in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving the coin both intrinsic precious metal content and enduring collector appeal. Even after decades of circulation, these silver dimes continue to fascinate collectors because they represent a remarkable era of American coinage that can never be recreated. Now let's talk about the appearance of the coin described today. The natural brown dots that have developed over time are often the result of decades of storage, circulation, and environmental exposure. These marks are not automatically signs of damage. Instead, they can reflect the coin's unique journey through history. Every circulated Mercury dime develops its own personality, making no two pieces exactly alike. Collectors pay extremely close attention to details. The sharpness of Liberty's portrait, The visibility of the wing feathers, the lettering around the rim, the condition of the fasces on the reverse, and the original surfaces all play important roles during professional evaluation. Even a circulated example can attract significant collector interest when it retains pleasing eye appeal and authentic surfaces. One reason the 1925 Mercury dime continues attracting attention is its historical significance. As more collectors build complete Mercury dime collections, finding attractive examples from the 1920s has become increasingly competitive. Demand for genuine original coins remains strong because these pieces connect collectors directly with an important chapter of American history. If you happen to discover a 1925 Mercury dime, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Cleaning can permanently reduce a collectible coin's appeal and value. Instead, handle it carefully by the edges, store it in a protective holder, and consider having it authenticated and graded by a respected third-party grading service if you believe it has collectible potential. Professional authentication helps confirm authenticity and condition, two of the biggest factors influencing collector demand. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for the 1925 Mercury dime without a mint mark, showing brown dots and circulated condition as you described, the market value you provided is $165,000. Keep in mind that actual market prices depend on authenticity, grading, originality, and current collector demand. Exceptionally rare varieties or unusually high-grade examples may sell for more or less than any quoted figure. The story of this coin reminds us why experienced collectors never ignore old Mercury dimes. Sometimes the smallest details are the ones that attract the greatest attention. Before spending or setting aside an old silver dime, examine it carefully. You may discover a piece of American history worthy of a place in a serious collection. And if you enjoy uncovering hidden coin treasures, fascinating collector stories, and the most desirable U.S. coins from every era, make sure you stay with this channel. We bring you freshly updated coin discoveries and collector insights every day, so you never miss the next remarkable coin that could surprise you. Coin number 2. Now we arrive at a Mercury dime that instantly captures the attention of experienced collectors whenever an authentic example appears. At first glance, the 1918 Mercury dime may seem like just another old silver coin that has survived for more than a century. Its aged appearance, natural green and brown dots, and well-worn condition often cause ordinary people to overlook it. But seasoned collectors know that coins from this early era of the Mercury dime series deserve a much closer look. Imagine holding a coin that has quietly traveled through American history for well over 100 years. This small piece of silver existed during one of the most fascinating periods in the nation's past. It has survived changing generations, economic ups and downs, and decades of circulation before finally reaching the hands of modern collectors. Every tiny mark on its surface tells a story that cannot be recreated today. The Mercury dime series, introduced in 1916, quickly became one of the most admired coin designs ever produced by the United States Mint. Created by the famous sculptor Adolphe A. Weinman, the front of the coin features Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. Although many people call it the Mercury dime because of the resemblance to the Roman messenger god, the design actually represents Liberty herself. The reverse displays the fasces and olive branch, symbolizing strength, unity, and peace, making this one of America's most artistic coin designs. The 1918 Mercury dime without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Like every regular Mercury dime of its era, it was produced from 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it lasting appeal among collectors who appreciate both its historic significance and precious metal composition. Even after spending decades in circulation, these coins remain highly desirable because they represent the earliest years of one of America's most iconic coin series. One of the first things collectors notice about this particular example is the natural green and brown toning. Over many decades, silver coins can develop unique colors depending on how and where they were stored. These natural tones are part of the coin's individual history. Rather than making every coin look identical, time has given each surviving Mercury dime its own personality. For many collectors, original surfaces with honest age are far more appealing than coins that have been cleaned or altered. When experts examine a 1918 Mercury dime, they study every important detail with incredible care. They inspect Liberty's facial features, the wing feathers, the lettering, the date, the rim, and the intricate details on the reverse. Even an old circulated coin can command impressive collector interest when it retains originality and has not been improperly cleaned or damaged. Another reason this date attracts so much attention is that collectors working toward complete Mercury dime collections often seek attractive early-date Philadelphia issues. As the years pass, genuinely original examples become increasingly difficult to locate because many have been lost, heavily worn, or altered over the decades. That continuing search keeps interest in these coins remarkably strong among serious numismatists. If you ever discover a 1918 Mercury dime in an old family collection, inherited box, estate, or forgotten coin album, resist the temptation to clean it. Cleaning can permanently affect a collectible coin's desirability. Instead, handle it carefully by the edges, place it in a protective holder, and consider having it professionally authenticated and graded. Certification from a respected grading service can provide confidence about authenticity and condition, two of the most important factors influencing collector demand. Now comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. For the 1918 Mercury dime without a mint mark, showing green and brown dots in old condition exactly as you described, the market value you provided is $178,000. Actual selling prices can vary depending on authentication, originality, eye appeal, grading, and the current state of the collector market. Rare varieties or exceptional examples may bring different prices. The remarkable story of this 1918 Mercury dime proves why knowledgeable collectors never dismiss old silver coins based solely on their appearance. Sometimes, a century-old dime carries far more significance than most people could ever imagine. Every genuine early Mercury dime represents a surviving piece of American history, and that enduring appeal continues to attract collectors year after year. Before you spend or set aside any old Mercury dime, take a closer look. The smallest details often make the biggest difference, and every discovery has the potential to become the highlight of a collection. If you're passionate about uncovering America's hidden coin treasures, learning fascinating collector stories, and exploring remarkable U.S. coins, make sure you stay connected. Our channel is freshly updated every day with exciting coin discoveries, collector insights, and stories about the rare coins that continue to capture attention across the United States. Coin number 3. Now, the countdown reaches a Mercury dime that has earned tremendous respect among collectors who appreciate early San Francisco mint issues. At first glance, this 1930 Mercury dime may appear to be nothing more than an old silver dime with black dots on the front, grey spots on the reverse, and the natural wear expected from decades of circulation. To the average person, it might not seem unusual at all, but to an experienced collector, this tiny coin represents a remarkable piece of American history and a date that continues to attract attention whenever an authentic example surfaces. Sometimes the greatest treasures are not the brightest or the shiniest. They are the coins that quietly survived generation after generation, while millions of others disappeared forever. Imagine the incredible journey of this 1930 Mercury dime. More than 90 years ago, it left the San Francisco Mint and entered everyday commerce during one of the most challenging economic periods in American history. It passed through countless hands, witnessed changing times, and somehow survived long enough to become a collectible admired by enthusiasts across the country. Every small mark on its surface is part of that extraordinary journey. The famous Mercury dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, is widely recognized as one of the most beautiful coins ever produced in the United States. Designed by celebrated sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the obverse features Liberty wearing a winged cap that symbolizes freedom of thought and progress. On the reverse, the fasces combined with an olive branch beautifully represent national strength balanced with peace. More than a century later, collectors still praise this timeless artistic design. Your featured coin carries the S Mint mark, identifying it as a product of the San Francisco Mint. San Francisco issues often receive special attention from Mercury dime collectors because many enthusiasts enjoy assembling complete mint mark sets. The small S on the reverse immediately tells knowledgeable collectors that this coin has its own unique place within the Mercury dime series. Like other regular Mercury dimes of its era, the 1930 with S was struck from 90% silver and 10% copper. That precious metal composition adds another layer of collector appeal. Even after many decades, these coins remain tangible reminders of America's classic silver coinage, something that modern circulating dimes no longer contain. The black dots visible on the obverse and the grey spots on the reverse can develop naturally as silver reacts with its environment over many decades. Original toning varies greatly from coin to coin, depending on storage conditions and circulation history. Many collectors appreciate coins that display honest age rather than surfaces that have been artificially brightened or cleaned. Every naturally aged Mercury dime carries a unique appearance that can never be duplicated. Professional collectors examine every detail before determining desirability. They carefully inspect Liberty's portrait, the wing feathers, the sharpness of the lettering, the date, the mint mark, the fasces, the olive branch, and the originality of the coin's surfaces. A coin in almost fine condition, while showing honest circulation, can still remain an attractive addition to a collection when its details remain clearly visible and its originality has been preserved. Another factor contributing to collector demand is the continuing popularity of complete Mercury dime sets. Many hobbyists spend years searching for attractive examples from every mint and every year. As genuine original coins become harder to locate, early San Francisco issues continue drawing attention from collectors who appreciate history, authenticity, and classic American coinage. If you ever come across a 1930 with S Mercury dime, avoid polishing or cleaning it. Even well-intentioned cleaning can permanently affect a collectible coin's appeal. Instead, hold it only by the edges. Place it in a protective holder, and if you believe it may be significant, consider professional authentication and grading. Certified examples often inspire greater confidence among collectors because authenticity and condition are key factors in determining desirability. And now, the moment you've been waiting for has arrived. For the 1930 Mercury dime with the S mint mark, black dots on the obverse, grey spots on the reverse, and almost fine condition exactly as you described. The market value you provided is $145,000. Actual selling prices can vary depending on professional authentication, grade, originality, eye appeal, and the collector market at the time of sale. The story of the 1930 with S Mercury dime is another reminder that remarkable coins often hide in plain sight. A century-old silver dime may look ordinary to most people, but to collectors, it represents craftsmanship, history, and the enduring legacy of classic American coinage. Every authentic example that survives today preserves a small but meaningful part of the nation's past. So before you overlook an old Mercury dime, examine it carefully. The year, the mint mark, the condition, and the originality can all make an enormous difference to collectors searching for historic additions to their collections. If you love discovering hidden American coin treasures and learning about the fascinating stories behind the nation's most collectible coins, don't forget that our channel is freshly updated every day with exciting rare coin discoveries, collector insights, and incredible US. Coin number 4. Now, we're moving into one of the most fascinating coins in today's countdown. If you've stayed with the video this far, you're about to discover why experienced collectors pay such close attention to Mercury dimes from the Denver Mint. At first glance, this 1918 Mercury dime with the D mint mark may look like nothing more than an old silver dime that has spent decades in circulation. Its naturally aged black layer on the obverse and brown spots on the reverse might cause many people to overlook it without a second thought. But that's exactly where many incredible discoveries begin. Some of the most desirable collectible coins are the ones that appear ordinary to everyone except those who know what they're looking at. Hidden beneath years of honest wear is a remarkable piece of American history that has survived for more than a century. Every scratch, every mark, and every tone on this coin reflects a journey that stretches across generations. Imagine the path this tiny silver dime has traveled. It left the Denver Mint in 1918 during a period when America was experiencing dramatic historical events. It passed through the hands of workers, families, merchants, and businesses during an era completely different from today. Decade after decade, it remained in circulation while countless other coins disappeared, were melted, or became too damaged to survive. The fact that this coin still exists today makes it an exciting piece for collectors who appreciate authentic American coinage. The Mercury dime series remains one of the most celebrated designs in United States history. Created by renowned sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the obverse features Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. Although generations of Americans have nicknamed it the Mercury dime, the design actually honors liberty rather than the Roman god Mercury. On the reverse, the fasces and olive branch represent strength, united with peace, creating a design admired by collectors for more than 100 years. The small D mint mark identifies this coin as having been struck at the Denver Mint. Mint marks are among the first details experienced collectors examine because they help identify where a coin was produced. Denver Mint Mercury dimes occupy an important place within complete date and mint collections, making authentic examples especially interesting to those building comprehensive sets. Like all regular Mercury dimes of the period, this coin was struck using 90% silver and 10% copper. That silver composition gives it lasting historical and collectible appeal. Unlike modern circulating dimes, these classic silver coins connect collectors directly to an earlier era of American coin production. The black layer visible on the obverse and the brown spots on the reverse are examples of natural aging that silver coins may develop over many decades. Storage conditions, circulation, and environmental exposure all influence the appearance of a coin. Original surfaces with natural toning are often appreciated by collectors because they tell the story of the coin's long history. Every naturally aged Mercury dime is unique, with no two examples aging in exactly the same way. When professional numismatists evaluate a 1918 with D Mercury dime, they carefully inspect every important feature. They examine Liberty's portrait, the wing feathers, the date, the mint mark, the lettering, the fasces, the olive branch, and the originality of the surfaces. Even in old condition, a coin that retains honest detail and has not been improperly cleaned can remain desirable to collectors who appreciate authenticity. The 1918 with D Mercury dime continues attracting attention because early-date Mercury dimes are an important part of one of the most popular U.S. coin series ever produced. Collectors across the country continue searching for attractive examples to complete their collections, and original coins from this period remain highly respected within the hobby. If you ever discover a 1918 with D Mercury dime, the best decision is to leave it exactly as you found it. Never polish, scrub, or clean an old silver coin. Even gentle cleaning can reduce its collectible appeal. Instead, handle it only by the edges, place it in a protective holder, and if you believe it may have collectible significance, consider professional authentication and grading. Authentication confirms the coin's identity, while grading helps establish its condition for collectors. And now, it's time for the reveal. For the 1918 Mercury dime with the D mint mark, black layer on the obverse, brown spots on the reverse, and old condition exactly as you described, the market value you provided is $185,000. Actual market prices depend on factors such as professional authentication, grade, originality, eye appeal, and current collector demand. Different examples of the same date and mint mark can sell for different amounts. This remarkable Mercury dime demonstrates why old silver coins deserve a careful second look. What appears to be an ordinary piece of pocket change may actually represent an important surviving artifact from America's past. Collectors value these coins not only for their rarity and craftsmanship, but also for the history they carry from one generation to the next. So before you overlook an old Mercury dime, examine every detail carefully. The year, mint mark, condition, and originality can all play a significant role in its appeal to collectors. Every authentic Mercury dime tells a story, and some stories are far more remarkable than they first appear. If you enjoy discovering hidden American coin treasures, learning about fascinating collector finds, and exploring the history behind some of the nation's most collectible coins, be sure to stay with us. Our channel is freshly updated every day with exciting rare coin discoveries, collector tips, and captivating stories from the world of U.S. Numismatics. Coin number 5. As we continue today's countdown, we're now looking at a Mercury dime that many collectors believe deserves far more attention than it usually receives. At first glance, this 1931 Mercury dime without a mint mark might appear to be just another old silver dime showing its age. The black spots on its surface and its honest, fine condition may cause many people to place it back into a coin jar without another thought. But that's exactly why remarkable discoveries still happen. The greatest collectible coins are often the ones hidden in plain sight. They don't always shine brighter than other coins or look dramatically different. Instead, their true importance lies in their history, their originality, and the lasting demand they generate among collectors who understand what they're seeing. Imagine this small silver coin beginning its journey in 1931, during one of the most difficult periods in American history. As families worked through the challenges of the Great Depression, this Mercury dime circulated from one pocket to another, becoming part of everyday life. It may have been used in local stores, carried in leather wallets, saved in glass jars, or tucked away in family keepsake boxes. Every decade that passed added another chapter to its remarkable story. The Mercury dime series remains one of the finest achievements in American coin design. Designed by the renowned sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the coin's obverse features Liberty wearing a winged cap that symbolizes freedom of thought and hope for the future. Although the public has long referred to it as the Mercury dime, the design actually represents Liberty herself. The reverse displays the fasces alongside an olive branch, representing national unity, strength, and peace. Even today, this design is considered one of the most elegant ever produced by the United States Mint. Because this coin does not carry a mint mark, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the nation's oldest minting facility. Philadelphia issues play an essential role in complete Mercury dime collections, and collectors carefully search for attractive examples from every year of the series. Like other regular Mercury dimes, the 1931 Philadelphia issue was struck using 90% silver and 10% copper. That silver composition gives the coin lasting appeal among collectors who appreciate classic American silver coinage. More than 90 years later, these coins remain treasured reminders of an era when circulating U.S. dimes were made from precious metal. The black spots visible on your described coin are consistent with natural aging that silver coins may develop over long periods of storage and circulation. Every coin reacts differently to its environment, creating unique patterns that tell the story of its lifetime. Many collectors value coins with original surfaces because they represent authenticity rather than artificial restoration. No two naturally toned Mercury dimes look exactly alike. When specialists evaluate a 1931 Mercury dime, they carefully inspect Liberty's portrait, the wing details, the lettering, the date, the reverse design, and the originality of the surfaces. A coin in fine condition still retains considerable design detail while clearly showing honest circulation. For many collectors, originality is every bit as important as technical grade. One reason the 1931 Mercury dime remains desirable is the enduring popularity of complete Mercury dime collections. Enthusiasts continue searching for attractive examples from every date, and original Philadelphia issues remain an important part of assembling a complete set. As surviving original coins become increasingly difficult to locate, demand from dedicated collectors continues to support interest in these historic silver dimes. If you ever come across a 1931 Mercury dime, resist the temptation to clean or polish it. Even light cleaning can permanently alter the original surfaces and reduce collector appeal. Instead, hold the coin only by its edges. Store it in a protective holder, and if you believe it may have collectible significance, consider submitting it to a reputable third-party grading service for authentication and grading. Now comes the reveal you've been waiting for. For the 1931 Mercury dime, without a mint mark, showing black spots and in fine condition, exactly as you described, the market value you provided is $140,000. Actual market prices can vary depending on professional authentication, grading, originality, eye appeal, and collector demand at the time of sale. Two coins of the same date can have significantly different values based on those factors. The 1931 Mercury dime is another reminder that extraordinary collectibles are often hiding where few people think to look. A small silver coin that once passed through everyday transactions can become an important collectible because of its history, authenticity, and enduring appeal to numismatists. Every surviving Mercury dime carries a story that grows more fascinating as the years pass. So before you dismiss an old silver dime as ordinary, take a closer look. The date, mint mark, condition, and originality can make all the difference. What seems like an everyday coin today may actually be a historic survivor that captures the attention of serious collectors. If you enjoy uncovering America's hidden coin treasures, discovering fascinating collecting stories, and learning about the most sought-after U.S. coins, keep watching and stay connected. Our channel is freshly updated every day with exciting rare coin discoveries, collector insights, and stories about the remarkable coins that continue to inspire enthusiasts across the United States. Coin number 6. We've finally reached the grand finale of today's countdown, and this last Mercury dime proves exactly why serious collectors never underestimate old silver coins. If you've watched from the beginning, you've already seen several remarkable pieces of American history. But this final coin brings together age, craftsmanship, history, and collector appeal in a way that keeps enthusiasts searching year after year. At first glance, the 1923 Mercury dime with the S mint mark may not appear extraordinary. It shows honest circulation, natural brown dots that developed over decades, and an almost fine condition that reflects a long life in everyday commerce. To someone unfamiliar with classic U.S. coins, it might simply look like an old dime that has seen better days. But experienced collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. Every authentic Mercury dime from the early 1920s carries a remarkable story. This little silver coin has survived for more than a century, quietly passing through the hands of countless Americans while witnessing an incredible chapter of the nation's history. It existed during the Roaring Twenties, survived changing generations, and endured decades of circulation before becoming a collectible, admired by numismatists across the country. Every mark on its surface is a reminder of a journey that no modern coin could ever duplicate. The Mercury dime series is considered one of the masterpieces of American coin design. Created by the celebrated sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the obverse features liberty wearing a winged cap that symbolizes freedom of thought, vision, and progress. Although millions of Americans know it as the Mercury dime, the portrait actually represents liberty herself. The reverse features the fasces and olive branch, combining the ideals of national strength and peace in one of the most elegant coin designs ever produced by the United States Mint. The S mint mark tells collectors that this coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint, a facility with a long history of producing coins that attract significant collector interest. Mint marks are one of the first details knowledgeable collectors examine because they help distinguish coins struck at different U.S. mint facilities. For enthusiasts assembling complete Mercury dime collections, San Francisco issues hold an important place within the series. Like all regular Mercury dimes of this era, the 1923 with S was struck from 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it both historical significance and intrinsic precious metal content. These classic silver dimes represent a bygone era of American coinage, making them enduring favorites among collectors. The natural brown dots seen on this example are part of the coin's unique aging process. Over decades, silver reacts differently depending on storage conditions, humidity, and circulation. Original toning often tells the story of where a coin has been throughout its lifetime. Many collectors appreciate authentic surfaces because they preserve the coin's originality. Every naturally toned Mercury dime develops its own appearance, making each surviving example unique. When experts evaluate a 1923 with S Mercury dime, they carefully study every important detail. They inspect Liberty's portrait, the wing feathers, the lettering, the date, the S mint mark, the fasces, and the originality of the coin's surfaces. In almost fine condition, important design elements remain visible despite honest circulation, making original examples appealing to collectors who value authenticity and history. The continuing popularity of the Mercury dime series means collectors are always searching for attractive, early San Francisco mint issues. Original examples that have survived without improper cleaning or major damage continue to attract attention because every authentic coin represents another surviving chapter of American numismatic history. If you discover a 1923 with S Mercury dime, never clean or polish it. Even gentle cleaning can permanently alter the original surfaces that collectors value. Instead, handle the coin carefully by its edges. Store it in a protective holder, and if you believe it may be collectible, consider having it authenticated and graded by a respected third-party grading service. Authentication and grading help establish confidence in the coin's authenticity and condition. And now, the moment you've been waiting for throughout this entire countdown. For the 1923 Mercury dime with the S mint mark, natural brown dots, and almost fine condition exactly as you described, the market value you provided is $168,500. Actual market prices can vary depending on authentication, professional grade, originality, eye appeal, and collector demand at the time of sale. As today's countdown comes to an end, one important lesson stands out above all else. Never underestimate an old Mercury dime. These historic silver coins represent far more than their face value. They preserve remarkable American craftsmanship, carry stories spanning generations, and continue to inspire collectors who appreciate classic U.S. coinage. The next time you come across an old coin collection, inherited box, forgotten drawer, or family keepsake, take a closer look before putting those coins aside. The smallest details, such as the year, the mint mark, and the condition, can make a significant difference to collectors. If you enjoyed today's countdown of top 6 ultra-rare and most valuable Mercury dimes in today's market, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next discovery. Our channel is freshly updated every day with exciting US coin stories, collector tips, and fascinating hidden treasures that continue to capture the attention of coin enthusiasts across America.